What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the 2025 Volkswagen Golf R. This one's finished in Lapiz Blue Metallic with an MSRP at $48,600. Let's get right into this hot hatch, see what this car has to offer. Underneath the hood of the 2025 Volkswagen Golf R, you're going to find a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with 328 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. It's only paired to an all-wheel drive system as well as a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Current weight's going to be a little over 3,400 pounds, but it can still do 0 to 60 in about 4.1 seconds. This car also runs on a 14.5-gallon fuel tank, and you're looking at 22 miles per gallon in the city with 32 out on the highway. The overall length is 168.9 inches with a wheelbase at 103.5, width is 70.4, and height is 57.7 inches. The Golf R even gets a nice set of 13.4-inch front rotors that are drill and ventilated, and you're also going to get a 2-piston floating caliper. Moving on to the exterior styling with the 2025 Volkswagen Golf R, it's definitely a very understated style. It's really clean and sophisticated with a nice sporty touch. You're going to get LEDs on the headlights, and I like the blue trim throughout them that leads its way into the front grille. We got our R logo as well as the large Volkswagen logo. And then down below, we have a massive gloss black lower grille. I like how you have these body color pieces that cut towards the center, giving it some aggression. You have a nice bit of mesh, parking sensors, safety sensor, openings to provide cooling. Just a really good look overall. Can't find a bad angle on a Golf R. Even on the side, we have extra openings for more radiators. So it really comes together very well with just a clean design. I like how the hood slopes downwards a lot right into that front bumper. And then we're going to get some sharp body lines cutting towards that windshield. More sharp lines throughout this side, and then you can see the side mounted parking sensors, and then a really cool set of 2-tone wheels. These are 19-inch diameter with a gray and diamond cut color, so really nice looking with more of those R logos. On the side, we're going to get another one of the R logos. We have gloss black on the mirror caps with an integrated turn signal, body color door handles, and then just a sharp line throughout the side with a nice design for that side skirt. You're going to get gloss black trim throughout the B pillars. We have the sunroof up in front with that glass panel, body colored in back with a black shark fin antenna. And then for the side profile, very traditional for the hot hatch that a Volkswagen Golf is. Really nice design, can't complain at all from the side. Golf R has a really cool look, and I like this larger spoiler with a 2-tone color. Got the black and the blue, airflow can go under it as well as over it. Really fits the rear end quite nicely. You're going to get a nice design on the red taillights, and then more smooth lines throughout the rear bumper with an integrated dual exhaust system with the quad tips. We have a cool looking gloss black diffuser, the R logo right in the center along with the Volkswagen badge. Just a very clean design in back with minimal sharp lines just to make this design really come together. Moving on to the key fob, we're going to get lock, unlock, the trunk release and panic, an R logo on the backside, and just some nice shiny black and some shiny silver. If I go ahead and lock the car, I can just keep the key fob in my pocket, grab the door handle, it'll automatically unlock. We can check out the interior. This one's going to get a nice black leather interior along with the blue accents. And then for the door panel finished off in black, we have some soft touch plastics up above, a textured plastic trim piece. We have our release handle, lock and unlock, all of your basic controls, grab handle, and then some vinyl material with padding for the armrest. There's even some carpeting lining that interior storage bin, and then we have a nice set of aluminum sport pedals. For the seat, you're going to get all your power controls on the side along with 3 different memory seat functions. And then on these seats, there's this carbon fiber vinyl style, blue piping, and I love the perforated leather throughout it. Really nice bolsters too for being a sporty luxury seat. So kind of a good blend of everything. Got the R logo up above, single piece backs with more blue accents, and then a flat bottom design on the steering wheel with more blue trim. And then now inside the 2025 Volkswagen Golf R, keep my foot on the brake. We can go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, you're going to get that massive tack right in the center with your speedometer. We have power on the left side. If I hit the view icon, we can configure this into a few different designs. Got the cool tack up above. You have your cruise control in the center now, a few more bits of items, and then you have a more simple design. So pretty cool layout overall. You're going to get these massive paddle shifters on the steering wheel, which look really cool. On the left side, we're gonna get all the cruise control settings. You can swipe this left and right for volume. Our setting right here is how you're gonna configure your drive modes. You can use the steering wheel control and toggle through a couple different versions. In race mode, you even have a drift design, and then you even have the special one with the Nürburgring. So pretty unique design overall with all of the different drive modes in this car. On the right side of the steering wheel, we're gonna have some controls for the screens, heated steering wheel, and then this view icon is how we configure the whole screen. Down below, we're gonna get one of your air vents. You can see some silver trim, that plastic design, and then we have all of your headlight controls along with defrost over on this left side. A little bit of soft touch plastic, heads-up display. You can see a speaker up above, more of the soft touch material, and this textured plastic for the dash. We have a silver trim piece for the air vents, and then the massive over 12-inch screen with the navigation system. We also have more information that you can swipe through, and then in some of these menus, you can swipe up and down and see different things. So pretty cool design overall. We have shortcuts up above. You're also gonna get all these different toggles. We have the drive mode you can go right into, vehicle you can configure, you can see all sorts of different things. Kind of the home screen down below, full screen nav back into here, got the car icon once again. So climate control is always going to be down below. You have to hit the climate icon to get into this screen where you can configure your zones and adjust your fan speed. You can also tap that for a shortcut depending on what screen you're in, which is a cool touch. Heated and ventilated seating, which you can do right here from the screen. And then we have this icon that you can swipe for a quicker way to adjust all the temperatures. You can sync it as well. So not bad, you just have to go into the screen every time. If I go ahead and put it into reverse, you're gonna get a nice backup camera, all of your parking sensors as well, and then we have that P button, we're back into park. Down below, we have a couple other shortcuts. We do have a shortcut right here for climate to get into that. We also have a mode icon, hazards right in the center, and then you have some plugs, extra storage with wireless charging, and then our gear selector down below with this little shifter, park and brake, tiny bit of storage, and then a cup holder area. You can pop that open too. We have a 12 volt and then a small glove box down below. Over on this right side, we have a nice glove box as expected. And then one last look at the interior. It's a nice interior overall with good use of materials. It feels kind of like a baby Audi, so it's actually a premium car. Got a little bit of plastics for the doors, which is maybe my only downfall with the interior, and then a really cool set of seats. So nicely appointed. We also have a massive sunroof up above with a sunshade with a mesh design, just like you see in the Audi cars. Dome lights up above, and then a thin basic mirror. And then moving on to the rear seat space, I can just grab the door handle and open it up. The door panel looks very similar to the front. You're gonna get a lot harder plastics back here, still with the vinyl padding. And then for the seating, you have the nice smooth leather, the cool carbon fiber vinyl, just black stitching back here, and then you get a little bit of blue accents up on the headrests. This can seat 3 people, and then in the center seat, you can pull this down, and we're gonna get a nice armrest and cup holders, even an access point into the back. So pretty cool way to gain access to the trunk that can then fold flat. You're gonna get some nice amenities like air vents and heated seats. Got a couple plugs down there, storage on the back side of these seats as well. And then you can just pull these levers to get these to fold nice and flat depending on if the seats are out of the way. All right, so in the back seat with the 2025 Volkswagen Golf R, sitting here at 5'11", overall it's a pretty practical car. I have really good headroom. The driver's seat is almost touching my knees. My feet have good room. Seat base is pretty good. The recline angle is a little straight up for my taste, so it feels a little cramped back here. You do have great amenities, and I mean, you could technically fit 3 people in here. So overall, it's a pretty good back seat, just a little on the cramped side, especially for the recline angle. Moving on to the trunk space, this is a really unique design. You can actually push the Volkswagen logo up, that automatically pops it, and we can lift open the whole trunk space. With the seats up, you have about 20 cubic feet of cargo volume, and then with them both flat, you're looking at 34.5 cubic feet of cargo volume. So it is pretty roomy overall for being a more compact car. You're gonna get this privacy cover as well. You can remove it by just popping these strings off. It'll unclip from up here. And as you can tell, you have access to easily grab those seats to put them down from back here. From here, we have a floor mat, and underneath the floor, we have a subwoofer and just some tire changing equipment. And then from here, we can just grab one of these inner door handles and close it nicely down. All right, so setting off now in the 2025 Golf R. So I'm just in the normal comfort mode. I like how you can easily configure all the different drive modes, and really cool to see 2 different race versions. Don't think I'll be able to do any drifting, but neat to see getting a rear wheel drive bias design as well. But sticking in comfort mode, automatic, to be honest, this is a fantastic daily driver. I'm pretty comfortable sitting in these seats. Got my ventilated seat on, so it definitely feels more of a luxury appointed interior. The seating position is pretty good. I can get these seats in a nice position overall, especially having memory seating. That's great for 2 people or 3 people who are going to be driving this. Hitting bumps, you can tell the build quality is really good. This feels like a solid car. Really can't complain as a normal vehicle. And then even leaving it in the automatic drive mode, just getting up to speed now in the comfort setting. It's nice with the dual clutch and automatic. You can drive it quickly or drive it conservatively depending on what you're going to be doing. So just hitting it a little bit. Gets up to speed without even stressing. This is a peppy car for sure. Pretty good balance with the power you're going to see, and having all-wheel drive along with a dual clutch, you know, it really gives you a lot of that feedback to make this a practical car and fun to drive in pretty much any circumstance. The fact that this is all-wheel drive is cool for snow or wet climate. So with that said, I like the big tack for sure. This one's cool as well. It's nice to toggle between the couple different views. But if we go into the drift mode, or let's do this one actually. So the Nürburgring race mode now. So the suspension is going to stiffen up. The steering is going to get a little bit heavier. Of course, the exhaust valve opens up and we're going to have a bit more drama to the car. I wouldn't say this is the most dramatic hot hatch though. All the others in this category, Civic Type R, Corolla, GR, you know, those are going to be a little bit more dramatic and exciting. This one's a little bit more laid back feeling just with its more luxury focused design. With that said though, it is a quick car. It's got a lot of power. It is super responsive. The brakes work really well as well. My one complaint I think is the steering. There's a little bit of vagueness. Like this doesn't do anything. If you're in the GRC or the CTR, those things are much quicker as far as steering. However, this thing's acceleration, I mean, this thing moves. It is responsive. The dual clutch is fantastic. This is kind of a powerhouse for being a 4-cylinder car. I just think my only complaint is it's not the best steering car. It handles great. It takes those turns really well, but the steering input to the driver, it just doesn't have that like race car feel. It's a bit on the lazy side as far as the steering response. So that's, I think, my only downside. Overall though, it's a fun car to drive. It's got a lot going for it. The drive modes definitely sharpen it up, but once again, it doesn't really get to that exciting level to where it feels crazy when you're in even this Nürburgring Drive Select. So it still is very well rounded, and overall, I mean, it definitely stays planted on the ground. Can't complain there. To have a dual clutch that is this snappy is pretty fun. No more manual though for 2025. But boy, does this carry its weight really well. So moving on to my honest thoughts with the Golf R. I like how quick this car is. It doesn't fall flat on its face in the higher RPMs. A lot of 4-cylinder cars do. Once you get kind of like 50, 60, they really start falling flat. So this car keeps pulling nicely. I like the dual clutch. I think it is a fantastic transmission. Yes, I'd still like if there were a stick shift available like last model year. Not sure why they ditched it, but I'm sure the manual sales in general these days are just not as popular. With the dual clutch, it gives you the ability to drive it day-to-day traffic and just kind of use this really well-rounded. This car can kind of do it all, and it does everything very well. I think my only complaint is the excitement level just isn't really there. Doesn't mean it's a boring car or a dull car. It's just not particularly exciting. It does everything so well to where there's just no drama that, yeah, you're gonna go fast around turns, fast in a straight line, but there's no drama to it. It's just a very, you know, it does everything so good. So it's almost too good for what it is, which could be a drawback. The Civic Type R, you know, feels like a race car. So does the GR Corolla. So this car is kind of the grown-up of the three. This is the big brother, the one that's like, let's be refined and civilized, but also do everything very, very perfectly. So that's the Golf R. This is the car that if you want something that's going to be a really good daily driver, I mean, this is probably the best one. When we're in comfort mode, I mean, the car tones down, the suspension is soft. It feels like an Audi S3, honestly, not really much different than that car. So it has the refinements. The interior's pretty good. There are, some hard plastic, so it's not the most luxurious interior in the world. However, at its price tag, and when you compare it to the competition at this price, I mean, this is a nice interior. It feels more plush. It feels like a very grown-up hot hatch. It's comfortable, it's roomy. It's really nothing you can complain with. There's good storage solutions. The screen I'm getting used to. Some of the drawbacks with like this touch slider, your fingers could touch and all of a sudden crank up the volume or crank up the heat or something. So I've accidentally touched these a little bit. On top of that, modern trend, I don't know why they do it. You have to click into the screen to adjust your fan speed. That makes you take your eyes off the road twice. With a simple car with like a dial, you don't even have to take your eyes off the road to crank up the fan speed. I'm always changing the fan speed, so I've noticed I'm always looking down, hitting that button, and then finding the next icon to tap that. I think that is just a bad trend these days. They totally could have done a slider at least of the fan speed along with the temperature. So I'm not sure why they didn't do that. Would have been a cool way to go. But you end up getting used to it, and then the overall screen stuff, I mean, it's got everything you're gonna need, no complaints. So I think if you are looking for just the most well-rounded kind of perfection of a hot hatch that can do everything well, the Golf R is the best choice. It's luxurious feeling, it's refined, it has the features that expensive cars are gonna have, it's got the materials that a more premium car is gonna have. It is fast, it does handle very well. It just lacks the extra excitement that will put a massive smile on your face when you're thrashing through the turns. This doesn't really scream track-ready car, even though it's got a Nürburgring setting. It doesn't feel as track-focused as the Corolla and the Civic. So not to say that's a bad thing, it's a different type of car. This is the mature hot hatch, and it has been fantastic dailying this and just using it from point A to point B. So if you want the well-rounded car, the perfect daily, even the perfect smaller family car, I would go for this. But there is the 2025 Volkswagen Golf R. Fun to check this car out for the week. It has been just a great car to play with in every circumstance. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.